I'm creating this video to tell you about a mission that I'm on. And I'm building an organization of 100,000 people to combat a problem that we have in the United States and throughout America. And really throughout the world for that matter. And so I'm going to tell you how we're going to accomplish that mission, and then I'm going to actually tell you what the mission is. So I'm going to give you an example. We're combating a large problem that's in the United States. So one of the other large problems that we have is, for example, is litter. So let's say one day I'm just so tired of seeing all the litter outside my neighborhood, and every single day I come back and forth from work, and I just tired of seeing the litter outside the neighborhood. So I make a decision. I say, I'm going to decide to get up on Saturday morning, and I'm going to go out there with my little grabber and a bag, and I'm going to pick up all that litter outside the neighborhood. So I go ahead and do that, and I go outside the neighborhood, and first off, I make sure that my own house has got all the litter picked up around it, and then on the way out to the front of the neighborhood, I decide to that I'm going to say this stretch of road right here I'm going to clean up. So I get out there and I go and take 2-3 hours and I clean up all the litter that I can that I can bag up or whatever, and then I just stand back after 2-3 hours and look out there and I say, it's amazing how much better this looks with that litter picked up. And I sure am glad that I picked up that litter. And something changes inside your heart when you do that, when you do something great or good for the better good of the neighborhood, and the better good of the city, and the better good of the other 600 homes that are in my neighborhood, for example. And so you say, I'm going to do this again because it feels so good. I'm going to do this again. So, the next Saturday, maybe your wife joins you and your kids join you, and you get out there and you pick up that litter, and then everybody sees what a big difference it makes to have that litter picked up and the impact that it has. And so the next Monday morning, you go back to your work and you tell your folks at work about what you did this weekend. We have a Monday morning meeting, so you kind of bring it up at the meeting and you say, hey, why don't we do this around the office? And so all of a sudden, everybody in the office, they say, a few folks in the office, it doesn't take everybody, but 2 or 3, I say, I'm just looking for 2 or 3 people to kind of join me on Saturday. Does anybody like to join me on Saturday and kind of clean up around the office? And you'll see how good it makes you feel and how much big difference it makes around our workplace by having that litter picked up. So we all decide to meet on a certain time on a Saturday, and we get out there and we pick it up, and then everybody involved just sees what a great difference it makes and how good it makes them feel for picking up all that litter. And so then they decide they want to go back to their neighborhoods, and they want to do the same thing at their neighborhoods, and they want to pick up all the litter around their neighborhoods, and they go back and they do it, and it's just a great success, because they see what a positive impact it is on their neighborhood, and then so all of a sudden now their neighborhoods are looking better, and then they tell some other people, and then it kind of spreads to maybe 40-50 neighborhoods around. We have webinars and trainings, and use Facebook and social media and all these different things to kind of get the word out around our city about this litter task force that we're on. And all of a sudden the mayor gets word of it, and the mayor calls you up and says, hey, can you come meet with us? We want to know more about this litter task force. Somebody was outside cleaning up all the litter, and I went out there and I told them what a great job, and they told me about the task force that's been created to combat this problem of litter, and he thought it was great, so he got in touch with me, and I went and met with the mayor, and then all of a sudden the mayor says, hey, why don't we put you on staff, or why don't we give you some more resources, and we'll get behind you on that. And then all of a sudden the mayor, so they go to a mayor's meeting, and the mayor tells the other mayors around the different cities what's happening. So then those mayors call you, and they want to know more about litter task force, and then maybe you go to a conference, a nationwide conference of all the cities and towns. They get together once a year on the cities conference or whatever, the public entities conference, and then all of a sudden they start talking about the litter task force, and you get up on stage and talk about how the litter task force changed you, and pretty soon now you got hundreds of little towns that have caught that same vision, and now you got 1,000 people out there that are maybe 1,000 different towns out there that are around the United States that have caught this same litter vision, and you've showed them how you've done it, and they've taken that same model, and they've been able to do it successfully in their own towns and things like that. And so then all of a sudden the President of the United States calls you up. The President of the United States flies you up to Washington on Air Force One, and you get up there and you you explain what you did and how it's grown and the success it's had. And he says, we're going to put some federal resources behind you because we think this is great. You're making a huge impact in the United States, and this is the kind of stuff we want to make this country better. And then next week he's meeting with the president of France, and he's talking about all the great things that are happening. He tells the president of France about the leadership, the litter task force, and the leadership that you're providing. And all of a sudden that guy says, man, send him over here, and I want to know more about it. So then you fly over to France, and so you see how this kind of evolves. Well, that's the same way that our organization is evolving right now. And so here's what we're wanting to accomplish. No, I'm not wanting to accomplish ending the trend of litter, even though I do think that it needs to end. But and they probably have already done this anyway. What I'm wanting to end is the trend of obesity and the trend of people being unhealthy and out of shape and having unhealthy diets. And so that is the trend of obesity is really hurting America and hurting the people in America. It's hurting the people in my family's lives. It's hurting the people around the world. So what we need in order to accomplish that is we need a few things. First off, we need the support. We need education. We need the products. We need the fitness products that folks can do in their own homes, or they can take to gyms with them and do. We need the nutritional products to take care of the diet issues. We need the community support. We need encouragement. We need accountability. We need all those things that are going to make a fitness program last and be successful. We don't need a quick fix. We need a life change for those people. And we need all those things in order to affect that. And then we also need a distribution channel to be able to get it out into the hands of the runners, into the hands of the people, into the ones that have caught the vision. We need that distribution channel in order to do that. To get those materials out quickly to those folks. And then we need training. We're raising up leaders, and so the people that want to do this, they want to know how to do it. And so we have to have the training in order to teach the people in order to carry out the vision. So we need that training there. And so those are the three things that we need in order to do that. And then the fourth thing that we really need is we need people. We need you. We need you to want to end the trend of obesity, and we need you to want to end the trend of obesity in your own life, and then help those folks. Once the transformation happens in your life, then all of a sudden it spreads out to everybody that you know, and then everybody that's around you starts to catch that same vision. So how are we going to have these four things, and who are going to do each different part? Well, that's why we partnered with Beachbody. Because Beachbody has the world-class fitness products. They have the nutritionals that everybody needs. They have the world-class support and encouragement among the members of Team Beachbody to help you actually achieve those goals and those fitness goals. Then they have the distribution channel, the channel already set up. So immediately, bang, out into the hands of the people that need the products and need the services and need the support. And then we also need the training. We need to train the leaders that have caught this vision, and they've got the world-class training already there, already ready for our folks to take advantage of. So again, the fourth thing that we need is we need you to join us in this mission. So I'm asking you to join me and my organization of the 100,000 people that are going to spread out across the United States to end the trend of obesity. And all you need is to be willing. And all you need to do is decide and commit that you're going to end the trend of obesity in your own life. And then you're going to ask some folks to enter into this journey with you and with us. And we'll provide all the rest. So that's the organization that we are creating and that we want you to be a part of. So I'm asking you to join me, to raise your hand and say, you'll be a part of this organization. And so come join us in our quest to end the trend of obesity. Now if you come join us to end that trend of obesity, here's the best part. There's a reward. And when I have an organization of 100,000 people that are out there ending this trend of obesity. I'm going to make the salary that a CEO makes of an organization that has 100,000 people, ending the trend of obesity. Now, if you join me in my organization, you will be rewarded, and you'll be rewarded handsomely. You'll have an organization of 50,000 people underneath you, and you'll be rewarded for having an organization of 50,000 people. And those rewards are great. Those rewards will change your life. And that's what I'm asking you to enter in with me into this organization and get your rewards for changing the face of America. So come join me.